Accepting that you have autism is literally not the same as surrendering to it. You see, when people accept that they have autism, they tend to look at it as some type of mental illness or disease or something that needs cured or fixed. In reality, it's really just that our brains are wired differently. And that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with us. Matter of fact, to be honest, I think that we are capable of just as much as a neurotypical person. And if you've been in this like mindset where you've been believing that you're not capable of anything because you're autistic, or I think genuinely that that mindset may be limiting some people and holding them back. And I really don't blame you, because the way that people look at autism, they tend to see it in just one box. They put it all in one box. They look at the people who are autistic and say, oh, well, if you're autistic, that means you can't drive. You can't do other things in life. You aren't capable of anything. You can't talk, this, that, and the third. And that's often where autism is very misunderstood. A lot of the times, honestly, people won't even believe me when I tell them that I'm autistic. That's why I really don't tell many people. Most people just don't believe you, because they see that you can drive, you can walk, you can talk, you can work, you can go to the gym, you can dress yourself, you can groom. That, oh, well, that person must not be autistic. Us as neurodivergent people, we have our set of challenges. We go through lots of challenges. And especially if you're level 1, most of your challenges, most of the things that you go through are internal. And this may be a controversial opinion, but in a weird way, I think that having level 1 autism, like, it being mild, I almost think that having mild autism is a little bit more tough than having level 2 or level 3. Because at least at level 3 or level 2, people can literally see that that person, needs a lot of support. But at level 1, people don't give much support. Matter of fact, they treat you as if you're not autistic, as if you're neurotypical. And then when your autistic traits start showing, then they judge you for it. Then they make you feel like you're less than. They make you feel like you're not worthy. They make you feel like there's something wrong with you. But wait a minute. I thought autism wasn't like... And that's the one thing about being autistic that is like, that's like literally the biggest struggle. It's not even, for me, it's not even social skills. It's not even so much of like my everyday, like my routine and everything. It's just really... Oh man, a bird flew on my car and that scared me. Anyways, it's just really the fact that people don't accept you. They don't always accept you for who you really are. And the thing that makes it really tough with autism is just people not really understanding you. People not really wanting to understand you. And if you say that you are autistic or you might be autistic, a lot of people will take that as a weakness. Like you are, in some weird way, like you're surrendering to autism and you're saying that you're not capable of anything. And it's really frustrating because people have these weird assumptions, in their own head about what autism is. And I'm trying to explain something completely different. And they don't want to understand what I'm trying to say. So they're not listening. And people like that really frustrate me. It is incredibly frustrating because when I say that I'm on the spectrum or I'm autistic, that does not mean I'm saying that I'm not capable of doing things in life. That does not mean I'm making excuses about what I can do or what I can't do. All that literally means is that I recognize something about myself and I'm willing to face that thing instead of ignoring it for the rest of my life. I'm willing to face that thing with honesty, and I can see my strengths and weaknesses. I see what I'm good at, and I see, what I struggle with. And it's so good to know where you are, like who you are. Because let's just be real. If you're autistic and you're watching this video, autism is a part of you. It's a part of who you are. And No matter how bad you feel about it, how much you try to change it, or how much you hate yourself, it's never going to change. So I feel like you might as well just accept that you're on the spectrum, accept that you're autistic, and there's nothing wrong with you. When I say nothing wrong with you, I mean that you are capable of so much more than you are. If you go out in public and you find that you're socially awkward, you can't make eye contact and all these things, let me just say this, like, this is literally something that I struggle with my entire life. I don't know how I managed to be able to get better with socializing with people and making eye contact, but it's possible. You can definitely do it. The most important thing in life when it comes to anything is just belief. Believing that you're capable of things. It doesn't even matter if it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter what the science says. It doesn't matter what, this random YouTuber, it doesn't matter what ChatGPT said. It matters what you believe. What do you believe about yourself? What's your identity? How do you feel? I think that's like the most important thing. I would never let my autism stop me from being, achieving things in life. In fact, I think that autism can almost put you at an advantage at certain times. And you think about the fact that we have a very intense fixation on certain things like special interests. Well, guess what? If your special interest is the gym and you're intensely focused on it, guess what? You can make a lot of progress. I went to the gym and I made so much progress, not to flex my muscles and seem arrogant or anything, but I love the gym. I absolutely love it. And I've made like a lot of progress in it. And same thing goes with anything else you're interested in, music or mental health, self-development, animals. You can literally create a life that you enjoy just by being really into these special interests and not ignoring them. A lot of people want to see them as a weakness or something bad, but truth is, these are strengths. These are talents. I think I kind of got a little off topic when I was talking about that bird flying on my car and everything. Just kind of distracted me because it was on my side, my mirror, a side mirror over here, and I'm just looking at it and just scared me because it just flew over here, and they don't usually do that. So honestly, that was a bit weird to me. But yeah, I believe I got a little off topic because I was talking about my frustration and how, people view autism as a mental illness or something that's like wrong with you. And if you say that you're autistic, people will basically shame you for even thinking or saying it, basically. And what I was going to say, I think, is that there are different levels of autism. That's like the most important thing. That's what people don't understand. People have this limited black and white mindset on life or on everything, and autism is a spectrum. There's like so many different things. Like I was on Threads last night and somebody was talking about autism and they made a really great point that stuck with me. They said that if you have a headache, because a lot of people will say, oh, well, I have, everybody has a little bit of autism. And I'm like, no, you don't. If someone has a headache, it's what I saw on Threads. If somebody has a headache, right, or a migraine, you have different levels of the migraine. You have intense pain in the migraine, and you have a mild, then you have like it's there, but it's barely there. If you don't have a migraine, then you don't have a migraine. Not everybody has a little bit of a headache or a migraine. There's no pain, so you don't feel it. Same thing with autism. There's different levels to it. Like some people have higher support needs, but they're still people. They're still human beings though. That's the part that frustrates me. So if you ever doubt yourself because you're autistic or any of your autistic qualities start showing up, love yourself anyway. Just love yourself anyway. You have no idea how much I went through like phases of not loving myself and really neglecting myself because I didn't like who I was. I didn't understand who I was. Then I got diagnosed with autism and now everything is finally starting to make sense. Now I'm finally becoming more confident, more comfortable in my own skin, just because I accepted the fact that I'm autistic. And it's not a one and done thing, right? I still have days where I don't feel my best, or I don't accept myself, or I don't love myself, but it's a journey. It's literally a challenge every single day, but we have to keep moving. You have to keep accepting yourself. You have to keep choosing yourself every single day. It's not about whether you have autism or whether you don't. It's about whether you choose yourself or not. You got to realize that God made you the way he made you for a reason. You have autism. God made you. He gave you autism for a reason. God don't make mistakes. God literally does not make mistakes. So if you have autism, it's not a mistake. It's literally happened for a reason. But you just got to go find your reason. You got to figure out what your reason is. Find your special interest. And let me tell you a couple things that really helped me, like, just become more comfortable in my own skin. Building, like, finding God, growing spiritually, building my relationship with him. That, like, had a tremendous, like, effect on my autism and making me, feel better. Something else that I did was meditation. Oh man, meditation. It helped. I just basically, if you don't know what meditation is, it's basically when you focus on your breath and, you breathe in and out, and then boom, you just focus on that. And then you do that, you become more present, and you're able to, like, be aware of certain things. And that really helps in social situations and making eye contact and everything. And even easing some of that, like, burnout, when your brain is like, your nervous system is overwhelmed. And reading and journaling is really good. Getting your thoughts on paper, it really helps with ruminating and all that. Because I really used to struggle with ruminating, but now I do a little bit of journaling and, and all that. And reading is really great too. Really just whatever interests you. Whatever you find interesting, whatever you enjoy doing, that's what's going to help you. That's literally what's going to help you. For me, it's the gym and music. Just following my passions, even though that's like a term that people don't like, but that's literally what I'm doing. I think there's so much value in that. I always forget to say this, but if you don't mind, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and if you want to see more content like this. I'm still trying to figure out my way, figure out where I'm going with this channel. I want to take it in like a spiritual autism, fitness type of route, personal development, like, becoming the best version of yourself and masculinity and everything, some type of direction like that. But we're going to figure it out along the way, I guess. And so, yeah, if you'd like to be a part of this journey, definitely make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Raheem. We're purpose driven over here. Never give up. Your younger self's rooting for you. Peace.